Then a week or two ago, I can't remember exactly which date, we had the train.
Delves into observations of mass populism. We are no longer split into classes, but those who choose community and those who choose to blame the free.
Don't react to the fact that the sun is shining. I don't remember, it's so taxing to sing loud notes. Sanity! Ah, no problem. Thank you.
Oletko koskaan tavannut taivaallista sotaväkiä?
Was it a nosebleed or blood from the cut foot? Two friends misbehaving and such. Isn't it grand to be a deceptive man? Now, when I was a kid kicking around, they thought I would be president. I grew frustrated.
Jag såg dig gå omkring på stan när du såg på mig och sa ett hej. Hände något i mig? Från staden väl säkert bjuda. Kom hit till Raseborg. Kom hit.
Is that color?
The master.
It's the master switch. Is it red? Is it green? Is it yellow?
It's red.
It's red. Is it red? Red knob. Okay, great. Thank you for arriving on time, and tarry not, because we often start on time ourselves. Who's that? Shh. Shh. Is that? No. You have to be ready to be spontaneous at a poetry night event. Spontaneity is let's see, it's a way of life for us. You have programs on your tables or board. You can see it. You have a guest book back there. I hope you sign on a guest book. Feel free to give us your email address, telephone number, maybe. Yeah. Email address, definitely. Because if you'd like to keep up with us, let me rewind for a second here. This is not really the start of the show, but even though this is not my house, whenever my wife is present, she's gonna do that traditional crack the whip at 6 o'clock. You're supposed to start now. So get up there, get yourself in gear. And I'm like, wait a minute, can I give people a couple of minutes? No. You say you're gonna start at 6 o'clock, you start at 6 o'clock, okay. So, good, I'm starting at 6 o'clock. I think the clock won't deny me. Calvin, is that a program? Can you bring that to me? Let me steal it from you for a second. I remember.
Yeah,
Thank you. Okay, my name's Kevin Stewart. You probably figured that out already, because behind the program it says Kevin and Anne. But Anne's busy taking care of customers right now, and she'll be doing that, and we encourage you to keep her busy. The cafe is open throughout our event, all night long. You're free to get up and go, get something to eat, get something to drink. Let's see, did Anne put candles? Are candles outside already? Were they? Okay, good, because in preparing this event, Anne gave me a fright. And the fright was that the waiting room area is closed on Saturdays. And so the lights here automatically go off. Well, neither she nor I knew that. And so she had to get VR to turn program so the lights would stay on for us. And I wonder, I said to myself, don't worry if you don't have lights, because here in Finland, Finns like the dark. But I don't think we would have liked it that dark. So I'm glad that we have lights, and I'm glad that we have this space. So I wanted to say a couple of things. Guest book, don't forget to sign that. Email address, if you dare to share that. I have a wonderful lineup for you tonight. As you can see, we have Renaissance coming up first. Why Renaissance? I think Jacob Lindbergh has a unique sound. And when I put this event together and I called it Next Stop A Train, I wanted to characterize each hour, each 40 minutes as a segment in time. Because we're going to be moving along a timeline where we're going to be moving more progressively toward a more modern sound, if you will. And so I'm going to start off with Jacob, who's going to take us to me. He takes me back in time. Let's see if you don't agree. And then we'll, maybe Ane will be free enough to go through the train. Isn't that apropos? See, we're at a train station. I mean, it is celebratory for me because can anybody tell me exactly how long that train's been gone? Was it 2 years? 2.5? We haven't had the train here. So now it's back. It's been too long. Exactly. It's been too long. So it's back now. So track work is just Ane and I updating you on things that are going to be happening here in this house this year. So I'll look forward to that. I estimate things. We won't necessarily stay on this schedule. We will stay in this order of this program, but some people may take a little less time, some people may take a little more, but be that as it may, I estimate that by 10 minutes to 7, cosmic sounds will take to the stage. You have Patrick, Sikri, and Almond. And then after that time, as I mentioned to you, the cafe is open, but I want to give you a little breather room for us to make some arrangements up here and change things around. And that'll be a brief 5-minute pause. And then we'll get back on track again. Is Jacob in the house? Call Jacob in the house. Okay, so you're here. It's 6 o'clock. I started on time. And I estimate that somewhere close to 6:15, is it? What time is it? 11. 11 past. I can't see it. See, spontaneity, be ready for it. Without further ado, I yield the stage to Jacob Lindbergh.
Oh. What to say? Yeah, so I'm a songwriter, but just a general musician as well. And I tend to write songs along the lines of fantasy or folk or anything that really inspires me. So, and this first song that I'm going to play was actually inspired by I think it was the very first poetry night that I attended right before lockdown. And I think the theme at that point was flight or just a crow, I believe it was. And I tried to write a song for it, but I failed. I didn't finish it in time, but in 2022, I tried again and suspiciously wound up with the very same chords, the same melodies, but I wrote the very text from scratch. And that song is called Raven. that someone will fade out to black. Ah, I gather the bones and some sticks for my nest and bring them home to where I lay to rest, and I rest till nature calls for me to wake and bring home a soul that I promised to take. I am the raven that nature will bring you home on my black feathered wings, and my wings will carry your soul to her side. Don't hold this against me, I'm just here to guide. Is the guitar sound good? I don't know. I hear some rumbling, but I don't know. I don't know if it disturbs anything. Yes. The next song I'm going to play is it's not my own, but it's by a musician that basically made me want to write my own songs and inspired me in that sense. And it's by Maluka, and this song is called Over the Seas and Far Away. Our land-bound mates can till their fields and fight behind their master's shields, but a seaman's free to sing and play over the seas and far away. Over the seas and over the lane, for I ran it for north of Maine. Our Lord's command and we obey. Over the seas and far away. A sailor lives a happy life free of land-bound's toil and strife. The soil he tills will be his grave over the seas and far away. Over the seas and over the lake, for I ran it for north of Maine, our Lord's command we obey. Over the seas and far away. Back up, ye hearties, I foretell. We turn to port with loot to sell. Our coffers fill with gold today, over the seas and far away. Over the seas and over the lake, for I ran it for north of Maine, our Lord's command and we obey. Over the seas and far away. Over the seas and over the lake, for I ran it for north of Maine, our Lord's command and we obey. Over the seas and far away. Over the seas and far away. Over the seas and far away.
If you can give us a minute, I heard the rumbling this time too, and I know many of you have. I want him to get the best sound we can give you. So give us 1 minute for, it's okay, I got many musicians here, they'll figure it out. In the
To harbors and stuff in Finland, so I feel like it's only natural to have some interest in that sort of environment, and so I wanted to write a story about it, and this is it. It's called Goes by Our Harbor. She dances by the shore, she wails a lonesome scorn. We can talk, we can talk, we can talk. She wears her evening gown. We can talk, we can talk, we can talk. Her voice is soft like summer rain. Her eyes are cold as ice. She dances with the moon while she whistles in tune. There's a ghost by your harbor, and she sings a mellow song. There's a ghost by your harbor, and she's begging to belong. We try just to ignore lies beyond our doors. We can talk, we can talk, we can talk. She wears her scars on show. We can talk, we can talk, we can talk. Her voice is soft like summer rain. Her eyes are cold as ice. She dances with the moon while she whistles in tune. There's a ghost by your harbor, and she sings a mellow song. There's a ghost by your harbor, and she's begging to belong. Ooh. There's a ghost by your harbor, and she sings a mellow song. Ghost by your harbor, and she's begging to belong. And she knows she won't be long. Thank you. My final song is also on the storyteller, maybe more so live. And it's a song that unfortunately is along a theme that seems to remain true to this world's history, but this is more inspired by fantasy events. So it's called The House of Severin. Dear Severin, hear our bell. Its chimes our future may foretell. The dusk brings troops across our fields, hard and steel their soldiers wield. So find Severin, find Severin, find your blade. They've swayed our friends, we've been betrayed. They'll learn in time to trust our word. We'll teach them when their backs are turned. So sing Severin, sing Severin, sing our tune. They're knocking down our tower soon. We built this house Sing, Severin, sing our song. We'll meet them with our weapons drawn. They'll burn our homes, but we'll stand tall. They'll hear our pride before we fall. Oh, sing, Severin, sing our tune. Our breath may leave our lungs too soon. Our wounds may never mend and heal, but they will taste our people's steel. Oh, sing, Severin, sing our song. We battled hard, we've all stood strong. Our homes destroyed, our people killed. We will come back, we will rebuild. So sing, Severin, sing our name. To those that set our hopes aflame, our families scarred, but few survived. Our young will keep our house alive. So sing, Severin, sing our name. They'll hear our people cheer again. Our souls are cracked, our voices fray. Our sight will send their faces pale. So hum, Severin, hum our tune. Our ghostly hounds will haunt our tombs. One day they'll show our people's wrath. Our kin will find our trodden path. Now rest, Severin, rest your head. One day they'll feel our people's dread. We don't forgive, we'll never yield. We will outlast, we will not yield. So hush, Severin, hush your cries. We'll show them we will always rise. We cannot fall, we will not hide. Our house is built on blood and pride.
I'm holding Jacob hostage just a little bit because I want to let you know that we are somewhere far beyond the pandemic. But I want to let you know that back when the pandemic started, I, like so many people, Trump comes to mind, doubted the severity of the situation. This was at the onset. And people were calling me, and we event at what was Serendipity, now called the Porch, the Yard, now called the Yard in Goddess. And I was curious who would show and who would not, because I had someone coming from Helsinki back then, and everyone said, no, I'm not going to show. But Jacob stuck it out. He came. And so I was so glad Anne, who I call to the stage now, allow me to do this. So he was the first person I contacted. So thank you, Jacob. If you look at your programs, you'll see that there's track work. So now we have track work, and track work is going to be some information for you. And so I'm calling Anne, who is the owner of the house, so to speak. She owns Cafe Chef, and have her share some information with you. Anne.
Let's see, is it too high now? I think I will speak English as well because I think we have some visitors that speak English.
Okay.
So then everyone understands,
Okay.
hopefully. Or is there someone who is not understanding?
Yeah, I think not. Everyone will understand.
Everyone understands a little bit English. Yes, I'm not the owner of the house. I would like to be, but I'm unfortunately not. But I have been renting this since last spring. And I also have a Café Skärbeck, but by the town square. We had a poetry night a few years back. I don't remember exactly when.
We've had several there. The most recent was 2021.
21, yes. The problem there was it's a little bit chilly in the evenings. It doesn't keep the heat inside this time of the year. And that's why it was one reason that I thought that maybe I have a cafe here as well, because this is heated and it's in the rent. But of course, I also thought that this is a very interesting building. You can see the ceiling here, it's original. It means that it's 150 years old, as the railways was built 150 years ago from Hanko to Hyvinkää, and this station building was ready when the first train came in October 150 years ago. So I thought it was an interesting history of the house. It was in the countryside 150 years ago. You can see the small picture on the wall. You need maybe to go closer to see it, but the building is there, and you see the original station building up there in the big picture. That part where I have the cafeteria now, that is built later. So this is the original part, and that room is also original. And then it was surrounded by fields. So it's very different from now. And then, of course, Helene Skärbeck, who lived in Hyvinkää. She was a famous Finnish painter, if there is someone who doesn't know her yet. And she came by train to Ekenäs to visit here some summers, and then in 1925 she moved permanently here. So she came into this building when she came from Hyvinkää or when she returned. And that's why I thought maybe this is a good place to have another Café Skärbeck, and having the possibilities to have different events and also tourist groups coming. It's very easy to access. You come with bus outside, and there are several entrances. It's easy to get here. And I don't think there were so many that understood what I was doing. I think it was my brilliant idea, and no one else understood it. Then a week or two ago, I can't remember exactly which date, we had the train starting again. And then people started to come in. So my daughter and her my boyfriend who works here, they said, well, people have found that door, they come in that way now. So after 8 or 9 months, people learn that there is a cafeteria. So hopefully they will learn it a little bit more so that we can continue. But anyway, I think this is a wonderful old house, and that's why I have my cafeteria here.
Thank you, Anne. And indeed, yes, it was a brilliant idea. So, moving right along, we call to the stage the members of Astroflame. Ja. Sigrid Skogen. On. Patrick Lindberg. I want you to know that I was walking the streets in November. I wasn't homeless. I wasn't walking the streets without a place to go. But I encountered Patrick. And I asked him, so what do you think about us doing another poetry night? He said, I was going to ask you the same thing. Are you going to do it again? So it had been a while. And I was thrilled that he was asking me because he's difficult to get a hold of. But I was glad that he was available. And Sigrid coming all the way back from Sweden where she lives. And now she's a mother. What's her name? Hilma. New player for the team. Without further ado, I give, she's a drummer. And we got percussionists back here. Where is he? Oh, there he is, okay. I'll get out of the way. Enjoy. Astroflame.
Much. I don't know exactly how all this ties into the theme travel. We're all on a life journey, so that's how it ties in. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say this. It works only in Swedish, but this is a perfect opportunity, of course, where it's at a train station. Men känner sig en ordförare. I just realized that we're gonna switch language for every song. Language travel. I visited you from another dimension. Stumbled bucket up upon my return. Vibrations, worlds apart. There was nothing to be figured out. Disguised love with conditions. Freeing ourselves was a grand thing to do. Yes. The world reflects our minds right now. We're rising, not racing. At least that's what I see. I'm aware that my surroundings dwell Come up here, look down there. There is nothing to be figured out. World affects our minds right now. We're rising, not racing. At least that's what I see. Thank you. Those were all the
song was written by me long time ago when I was traveling a lot, and I guess I'm still traveling a little bit. A lot. Yes, with the boat.
It has to do with boats, so it's about travel. Bena via, Sigrid Lise.
Boats will take us to another world.
Years ago, these songs were, but it's never been performed live. It's a world premiere with it. That's right. It's very
Hey, star shaper, she takes my hand. She lights my land. We smile so grand. Hey, star shaper, and either side on love she's high. The master God, a star shaper. From here we go. It's nowhere show. It lets us grow. A star shaper. Hey, star shaper, she picks up a rainbow and a sky, paints peace on earth. She picks up a rainbow and a sky, paints peace on earth. Hey, star shaper, she's everywhere. She knows all's fair, thus lets you care. Hey, star shaper, I like her mind. Her thoughts are kind, easy to find. Hey, star shaper, she's beyond smart, dwells in her heart, will never part. Hey, star shaper, hey, star shaper. She picks up a rainbow and a sky, and paints peace on earth. Picks up a rainbow and a sky, and paints peace on earth. Hey, star shaper. Minns när vi badade i kärnstoft och allting blev guld omkring oss och vi svor på 7 systrars ljus att vi aldrig ska bära lögner. Vi kom hit bara för att leka. Lek med mig vid ett träd ikväll. Och jag minns dig från alla världar. Hur vi dansandes bytte kroppar. Vi blev dofter och färger i rymden. Och vi andades under vatten. Du och jag vet att allting är sant. Våra blickar miljarder stjärnor. Som trafiken i vinternattshimmlar. Diamanter i dina ögon. När vi svor på 7 systrars ljus. Att vi alltid ska älska nu. Och innan de reser till jorden ska vi ha så att vi bara älskar. Och vi svär på 7 systrars ljus att allt vi är ljus. Float so freely in the deep. Light blue, purple dreams to keep. May we just tango freely and just tango. May we share our inner space with our overview. And we can meet us in our pupils. Yeah. Float so freely in the deep. Light blue, purple dreams to keep. All that light, that energy. May we just tango freely and just tango. May we share our inner space with our overview. And we can meet us in our pupils. Yeah. May we just tango freely and just tango. May we share our inner light with our overview. Yeah. we share our inner light with our overview.
Let's give it up for Astro Flavor. Secret Skogen. Let's give it up. Patrick on bass. And all on percussions. In case you're wondering why I call this Poetry Night in Ekenäs, and yet I present all these musicians, so where's the poetry? You might wonder. Well, stay tuned. It's coming up. We are at the place where I want to have a momentary pause. I thought my musicians, our musicians, might need some time to readjust, get the stage ready for a person we don't want to miss. And I know some are here especially to hear Natalie Salagrin. But first we're going to have a momentary pause, just 5 minutes, okay? Gather yourselves back to where you are in 5 minutes. If you can manage to move around, smoking break, smoke fast. Toilets are open back there. Anne is open to serve you if you need to refresh your drink. Get another slice of quiche. Okay, 5 minutes, come back. Start. Whoa. There's Patrick. Okay, so I'll go ahead and give you some preliminary remarks. But Patrick, you can come to the stage, Natalie. If you're going to be behind her, you go ahead, take your seat. So one of the integral parts about Poetry Nights when we started, it was a learning curve for me because I was attending Larkula. I was studying Swedish. So one of the two integral parts to Poetry Nights is multiple languages are okay. So sometimes people recite and share in Swedish, sometimes Finnish. Now, one time we had, what was it, Arabic by Vicky? Long time ago we had Arabic. And the person actually passed out dates so that we could taste and feel the flavor of where he was bringing his recitings from. That's one aspect of Poetry Nights, that it is multilingual. The other aspect is that, and one that is near and dear to my heart, and if you stick around, and I hope you will, and what you're about to bear witness to now, is that of improvisation. When I first wanted to create Poetry Nights, I knew I wanted to find musicians. And so there I was at Larkula, me studying language, and the other group of students studying music. So I thought I had no problem finding musicians. Well, my learning curve was that musicians who study music tend to want to rely on printed music. They don't want to necessarily do improvisation. And I came from a culture of improvisation and spoken word, which is what poetry performed is. So that spoken word aspect and having a musician behind you, I found that the troubadours were more open to that. And so those who just left the stage, you heard, and more you will hear, with the exception of Gauri Galio and Jacob, who started off. They studied at Larkula as well. But the point I want to make is that finding musicians who are comfortable just creating a sound that people reciting their verse could ride upon and just give you that spontaneous, unrehearsed, unprepared thing that happens in this space. So I want you to be prepared for that. And be prepared for that anytime you attend one of our events. And now, without further ado, to give you, and now I've boxed her in an example of that, no, demonstrating her own style of delivery, Natalie Salagrin, backed up by Patrick. Peace. Thank you.
Natalie is my name. Yeah, I'll be doing this mainly in English with an Australian tinge, but I do a piece in French as well. Thank you for inviting me, Kevin. Great to see everyone here this evening. I do not improvise, so we'll just backtrack on that. Let's make that very clear. However, Patrick very kindly has offered to accompany me this evening, and most of what he does with me is improvised. Better. And so, a brief introduction. When I was about Hilma's age, I moved from Great Britain to Papua New Guinea, and I lived there for my formative years until I was just about a teenager, and then I moved to the outback of Australia, where I lived until my later adult years, when I moved to Finland. So a lot of my pieces follow that line of waters of the South Pacific, emerging through the thick rainforest of equatorial mountains, sucked into and dragged out of the dry heat of the desert in the lucky country, dumped by the waves of the Indian Ocean and retreating to the centre, brazenly navigating blue skies and sailing onto the shores of Finland's frozen archipelago, travelling through the great unknown, hear what I've seen, see what I've been. What's it like amongst the overgrown? Let me put this delicately, or should I reveal the sight obscene? Continent hopping like an introduced species, I've lost possibility of all responsibility. Misery aligns with the virus, a seismic shift in the world's consciousness. Suddenly we're awaked by the fear of mortality, constantly watching townships demolishing from their bombs and their guns and their tanks and their bombs on your screen, in your head, in your dreams, in your bed. They are dying. Looking back, my chosen path, it closes in behind me. Thorny vines of my origins entangle hopelessly in a mess, twisting into bitterness, stinging in the nettles. The tangy nectar of the vines runs dangerously close to drowning in my veins. hands as it seeks to numb the pain. Suckle on the sweet memories I can't quite find. And I wonder if I can ever climb back down again. Fear delves into observations of mass populism. We are no longer split into classes, but those who choose community and those who choose to blame the free. Finally, we pick up all those books we always meant to read. Trends on social media cancel out intellectuality, constructing horrific news items we all share unwittingly. Isolation within isolation. Living on borrowed time now, dutifully carrying out the role of a law-abiding, God-fearing citizen, trying to prove to society that we're all doing the right thing. And still I wonder, how will I ever get you back to me? One thing I forgot to mention is that my mum's French, so my first language was actually French. As a rebellious teenager, I refused to speak it at home, so now that's come to bite me in the ass, isn't it? But let's give it a try, shall we?
Give it a go.
Elle s'appelle Mon choix de pluie a changé. Ma fille habite les tropiques. Elle porte des jupes courtes et a des cicatrices aux genoux à force de tomber de vélo. Elle passe nu-pieds dans les flaques d'eau et prend des sandales à l'école. Elle respire l'humidité à fond et la savoure de tous ses sons, exactement avant que la pluie ne tombe. Et rigole de plaisir lorsque les gouttes chaudes fondent en plus sans savoir que leur composition chimique odorante est naturelle, tandis que le goût de rouille au fond de sa gorge. Elle finira par le comprendre vient de nickel qui brûle dans le haut fourneau à bout de la rue, pas loin de sa nouvelle école. I mentioned earlier I spent a lot of time in Central Australia, and I used to drive from Alice Springs, where I worked, up to another workplace which was only about 1,500 kilometres away. And I used to drive these tracks quite frequently to go and teach up in the Northern Territory. And sometimes I think about those drives as I'm watching and driving, let's say, for example, between Cardiff and Ekenäs. Let's see if we can find some parallels. This one's called Leaving the Dust Behind. The view is blocked up ahead from tall treetops lined up, side by side, tight, like tin soldiers, heads heavy with snow, hiding the shadows, falling behind them. She powers through, searching for the horizon beyond her eye line, leaving the dust behind. Closer, crystallized branches capture time. Rigid fingertips greet her like ghost guns caught by surprise. But nothing compares to the stench of eucalypt satin seeps deep, stinging her senses forever. Boughs bowing as she flies through time, not stopping to pause upon ponder, missing the moments the storm blew over. Signs whiz by, hazy as the push of traffic forces her forward. Just follow the flow. Iced verges and jagged lines of mud white guide along. Slip under the body of the moving vehicle which carries her force. Dry particles blow across the highway in a rush, attacking her concentration in zigzag formation, trying to slip her out from her thoughts. Dry dirt dusting away at her blistering speeds, dust rounding at her heels, dragging her into past tracks. Lunging into reverse, the road turns grey asphalt, verges burn off and the red ochre takes over her. Returning to the red centre, unable to refer to the past without the heat, without the beat to the dry river retreat to Tennant Creek. Temperatures rise inside her, but her itchy feet remain cold. The crown of the queen, who chose her own place, slips from her sweaty hands. The kilometres slip by without notice, and just as she quickly forms the thought of belonging, it's gone. Without warning, parallel to the old sisters dreaming, along the old aunties heeding, she powers on, screaming around a wrong turn, voice lost, echoing over frozen lakes. Flight from fight leads her to lose sight of the might in which she held her own head high, running from the choices she left behind. One last one. I guess it's a signature piece. This one's a global citizen. And a loaded gun asks her, where do you belong? A change management expert, community covert, international chameleon, dyslexic in origin, packed, full of traditions lost, entangled in conditions, tossed in a repetitive, incessant culture shock. Cultivated by a hardcore feminist matriarch with her past left in the dark farmyards of the vineyards of southern France. Rounded out by a kind-hearted father who defied his own destiny, leaving coal mining industry of soot-ridden England. He sought to feel curiosity. Bouncing From continent Europe to Melanesia, Australasia and back again. My mother tongue twice removed is fading away again. My second language gave way, distorted by the wretched dregs of the Aussie rednecks. My third languages, 1 and 2, Tok Pidgin and Motu are gone. But for the handful of go-tos, Suomi, och svenska, have me craving my origins. I fit nowhere, yet everywhere as I'm saying, you see. I'd love to explain to you about the dislocated sensation of acculturation in my impending modification to the next location, but I think you might get jealous. Need to belong seems to penetrate my motivation for assimilation. Schools up to here, most of which shaped me to see what not to be. Self-esteem plummeting as no system really fit me. Alien. It's okay, though. If I think of myself as a fish on a bicycle, where the imagery ironical maintains my confidential, which gave me soul sensational. But water rises. Water rises in the pools I swam in at the footsteps of my home now drowning. Corrupt systemic pollutants repel me from the corners I used to hide in. Third world existence flails against first world betrayals in the shrill, dark hearts of the bastards that bask in their own good fortune. Yeah, a waterfall surround and beat down around me. Ooh. Rush of energy exhilarates my freedom. Sun's glances tease me. Dancing droplets leap up and greet me. Crystal rapids giggle and tease me. Liberty suspends atmospherically. When I look down on the puddle, has become such a muddle of vast open oceans of distant commotions. My passport now gleams from opportunity. Depends how you look at it, you see. So when I ask you where are you from, I don't mean where do you belong. I mean, what shaped you? What makes you? How did you become the being that you are, and where do your hopes take you? Thanks for letting me purge. Kevin?
I can get down here too. Let's give it up for Natalie and Patrick again. My wife asked me at home, "You think it's gonna take 3 hours?" I said to her, "Well, I'm obligated to it now because I put the program out online, and the performers, they rely on knowing where they are on the time slot." I'm glad to say that we are running according to my estimation. So we're on time. There's a lot more where that came from. We go back to our music now, and I bring you to the stage. I call to the stage Sebastian Baxbacher. Sebastian has given me allowance to talk briefly. Don't you get the impression that I like to hear myself talking. No, it's not the case. Patrick, Sebastian might beg a different one. Looks like there's a knob down there you gotta turn to. No. You want to know something? Okay. Any more announcements? Oh. Gotta check if my guitar really works. Sound check. And,
Kevin,
yo,
you were really doing some serious gymnastics.
getting down there. Getting down. How about you? You gonna sit? You gonna stand? Your microphone's okay? Okay. Cafe's still open. Everybody okay? Okay, you nestled in? Okay, watch out.
If you want something to do, you could raise this one.
Raise up. That stand. Okay, you don't know how to raise it. You do know how to raise it. When I first started doing all this, I was all thumbs. I knew how to operate nothing. You know, getting this gear and getting it plugged in. I mean, let's see if I can do this right. There.
And then the microphone.
How's that?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
A little bit too high.
A little too high. There's it. How about there? Okay. Hold on. I didn't know how to do that at one time. Jeez. You don't know how to plug anything in? Sounds like he doesn't know how to plug anything in right now. Okay. Huh? Whoa. Mike and Sandy, let's go back up.
The guitar is obviously superior to you. Works.
I'm getting better at this.
Anyway, thank you.
I've also learned to be humble because the musicians, they don't like for you to hang around their space too much. So you'll notice usually when I announce to the stage, I exit as soon as I can. Don't take up their space. I don't want to get
It's not true.
It's not true.
It's your glasses.
They, Natalie's. Yeah? Okay. And now, without further ado, Sebastian Baxbacher.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to start with a request of his, so it's still about Kevin. You see how it works. This is about loyalty. If you go insane or something, will your friends stick around? We'll see. If I lost my eyes, would you stay with me? Would you take me by the hand? Tell me what you see. Will you fill my head with colors from my dreams? If I lost my eyes, if I lost my eyes, if I lost my hands, couldn't feel a thing. If my touch was gone forever, out of reach, I couldn't hold you like a woman needs to be. Oh, if I lost my hands, if I lost my hands, if I lost my hands, would you stay? Would you stay? Or would you stray? Just run away. Would you give me something to believe in? Would you show me the way you believe? So I believe. If I lost my mind, would you stay with me? Remind me of the man I used to be. Would you fill my heart with hope times infinity? Oh, if I lost my mind, if I lost my hands, if I lost my eyes, would you stay? Would you stay? Or would you stray? Thank you. As usual, I have to lower the sound of the mic. I'm a loud person. So they tell me. Let's see. They only got low and then it's really high in the last shot. Yes, lots of low. Cha-cha.
Yeah, there. Thank you. You're welcome. Jesus. Too much. It's too much.
There we go. Couldn't hear any guitar in the last song. I hope you heard some
Oh,
guitar.
we heard something.
Okay.
We heard it.
Yeah. Now you can hear it. Now I can hear it. This is a song, one of my old songs. I wrote about 20 years ago, maybe 25, I don't know. Time goes on. It's about the wonders of the internet. Yes, there was internet 20 years ago. And how right I was 20 years ago. Good night, your life is over. Go to sleep, you're a waste of spirit. You'll never be free. Neither will I until I kill my darlings. Not a damn hard shot. Surfing without a surfboard. Not a damn dark eye. Surfing without a main board. Shallow waters are lonely. Indeed, shallow waters are lonely. Indeed, comfort me and annoy me. Strange preachers hoping to convert me. Not a damn hard shot, surfing it on a surfboard. Not a damn dark eye, surfing it on a mainboard. Shallow waters are lonely. Indeed, shallow waters are lonely. Shallow waters, shallow waters. Manic piano beaters, waking up the sleepers. Scoundrels and cheaters, where are the ugly teasers? Not a damn hard shot, surfing it on a surfboard. Not a damn dark eye, surfing it on a mainboard. Shallow waters are lonely. Indeed, shallow waters are lonely. Indeed, shallow waters, shallow waters. I know one string to avoid now. What's the strings? Here's a song about, it's as old as the last one. And I've had a break from music because it bores me, it's so boring. But some good songs were written 20 years ago, and this is one of them I wrote. There's a crack in the surface, have a glimpse at rotten intestines, memories of sins, things of the past, from buried and dead, as a weekend now, where it's ugly head. Look through your window with tired eyes, cold snow, a factory covered with ice. Don't react to the fact that the sun is shining. Insanity for hire, for lovers. Insanity, too tired to show her, go for denial. Denial. My body is shivering, it feels like an empty hole. Why do I feel so cold when I'm hot like glowing coal? I'm painting fast, green and red, restless now, can stay in bed. I look through your window with tired eyes, cold snow, a factory covered with ice. Don't react to the fact that the sun is shining. Insanity for hire, for lovers. Insanity, too tired to show her, go for denial. Denial.
you. Should really have sung up. I don't remember, it's so taxing to sing loud notes. Sanity! Nah, no problem. Thank you. I say, Sebastian. Okay. Using this,
You want
It's,
the reverberation?
oh, no, it's not my turn yet. We have one more before I come up. Calling Callio. You know, as Cowrie comes to the stage, Cowrie, come on and take the mic, take your chair. You gonna sit? What are you gonna do? You gonna just stand here and do your thing?
So high you can't get over it. So low you can't get under it.
Hey, yeah. See, this is where, hold on. This is his. You'll notice that this, see, this is where the improvisation takes over.
Of the totality of the pleroma.
Yeah. See, we've been talking and we've been planning. So we call this section, it's actually his section, but when I come up, it's called tunneling. You know, we want to go, we're trying to do this investigative thing, you know, where we're trying to find synergy between things. But Gowrie's got his own tunneling that he's going to bring to you. I've been playing around with notions about blues and folklore. He's been totally immersed in folklore and folk culture from a Finnish perspective, so I know not. Let me shut up. Let me. Golly.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, folklore, my life has turned into a spectacle. So I will share some, I always use other people's poems as mirror, because I like to play with the past and the future at the same time. Can you hear the voice? Do you need more echo? Do you need more echo? Thank you. So this is recent events. So this is from a Finnish poet. I was born the same year, 1998. Jouni Inkala, the wolf's moment. Mutta minä haluan tietää, oletko koskaan tavannut taivaallista sotaväkiä? Syttyviä ja velassa sammuneiden sanojen veitsiä. Vaitin, heristeleviä. Myös hiljaisuuden peitteleviä ja kätkemiä. Kalliiksi ritareiksi lyömättömiä. Mikä reitti viekään miehuusko kelläkin. That is just a start. That was just a start.
Just a taste.
Just a small
That was just a
taste, yes.
Come on with it.
So let's see what happened here. So every now and then there might be a storm or something, and you notice that every people have some inner storm at the same moment, the storm outside. This next one is called John the Baptizer, yes. Yksin erämaassa, missä tunsi tuulen terävästi. Koskettavan samanaikaisesti kumpaakin poskiaan. Hän vaelti varjonsa vuoroon oikea, vuoroon vasemman kätensä puolella vartaloa. Kivenvärisen viittaa ja talliaan kierrottua, kun lentävä itse pöly olisi hänet tukenut. Korppien piirrellessä ilma, aamun kylmä ja sinervä viestin toisensa perään. Se mitä nyt näet on taivasta, ja mitä nyt se taas ei ole, eikä koskaan ole ollut. Niin hän tiesi kiusaajan läsnäolon, pian tunsi sen hyväilevän häntä kaulasta, vyötäisiltä, mutta välttämättä kävi rukoukseen, piikkiseen pensaan viereen ja levolle. Eikä mennyt aikaakaan, kun savuava kimppuvaloa äärettömästi kuiskasi hänen puoliavoimen silmien edessä. Ja levollisena liikehtien puhelin, minä varjelen sinut ja olen kanssasi, kun uni nukahtava. Eikä tämä mitään, mitä kerran ole mitään katoa, sillä minä turvaan tietosi ja sieluni niin kauan kuin haluan. Ja se on lakkaamatta loputta. Thank you. Let's get some poetry. Häpeän sanoa, että häpeän. Pelkään sanoa, että pelkään. Hän tahtoisi uskoa toiseen totuuteen, jotta uskokaan ei johtaisi pahuuteen. Sokko sokkoa soimaa, yhtä kuurot kumpikin. Kun mammonasta alkaa vuotaa mätä, nykyisyys tulevaisuuden hautaja. Maailma itse vakaunut ja itsestänsä jakaunut. Se puhuu kaiken yhteydestä ja täkymiesten tärkeydestä. Pää irti lyötiin lyöjiltä ja Thank you. Kun muuttuu elonlaatu, niin mennään uuteen malliin. Ei riitä ennen saa, vaan käyrä vierhaan palliin. Kiitos. So it started. Thank you. I can translate it in English a little bit, and then we can move on to the next number because this is actually pretty. It sounds very serious. It's actually pretty humorous. So I can read it in English. I am ashamed to say that I am ashamed. I am afraid to say that I am Yes, thank you. That person would like to believe another truth so that the belief wouldn't lead to evil. When you have the right mind, it excites. When you have the wrong mind, it prisons. The blind pokes the blind. Both are equally as blind. When money starts to go rotten, it is the start of the end time. Modernity, the funeral of past nightmares. Modernity, the funeral of the future. The world so stable but so divided. It speaks about the connection of everything and importance of scapegoats. The head was sliced from the one who strikes, and the mouth was eaten from the ones who like to eat. When the quality of life changes and gets better, you go with a new model. But it is never enough. You just find out new neighbors to poke. Yes, thank you. So let me introduce me and Kevin's common show with the age-old soundtrack, cotton soundtrack. Yes, I went to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. I went to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. Like the Lord above, have mercy, save poor Bobby, please. Yes, standing at the crossroads, try to flag a ride. Didn't nobody see notice me now. Everybody passed me by. Well, I believe to my soul, oh Bobby's singing now. Yeah, you can run, go and tell your friend, go and tell your friend, Willie Brown. I got a crossroad blues this morning, Lord, I'm singing down. I'm just kidding. We're rising up now. Today, yes, rise up to the stage, sir. My friend, Kevin. That's it for us. Yeah.
It helped me to bring home the fact that this is multilingual. Everyone's been speaking English tonight. We've had a little bit of Swedish. And so thank you. And French. We had French too, yes. And thank that's
First time. Oh, first time.
whose stuff is that now? Is that yours?
I'm spread out.
Take that because I don't want to try to pronounce that. It looks like it's complicated. It looks complicated.
It looks complicated.
It looks complicated. So, okay, I like Sebastian, don't necessarily need a microphone, but I love microphones. Most of the time when we put these events together, they try to tell me, you don't need amplifiers, Kevin. The rooms are small enough. The sounds will carry. But perish the thought that it's either the American in me or the egotist in me that wants to hear my own power in the room.
The American Eagle. The American Eagle.
So, Gary, is it going to take an hour for you to get that stuff up?
Yes, I'm.
Just close the book up and take it.
I'm a trolling king's late, and I read my day.
So
I'm a trolling king, and I takes time to load my.
take time, huh? Wait a minute. I don't. You want it to stay there now? Is it going to stay there?
You want me to do?
I want you to move it.
Then you need to have.
I have my
How
own
can
pieces
you
here.
are demented. This is for later on.
Okay, so
Yeah,
later
but
on.
please don't tell him.
Don't bother anybody. Don't tell anybody. Okay.
Tell him what.
So anyway, wait a minute. This microphone does have its own life. Sebastian, it wasn't my fault. What? It seems to be more.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to you. Talk to the mic. Talk to the mic. Hold on now. Let me get it right there. Let me get it right there. Oh, does it go down even lower? First, I told everybody I've learned how to move these things around, and then I make a liar out of myself. Now I don't know what to do with my legs. What do I do with my own legs when I'm sitting up here? Uh-oh, there it goes. There, okay, there we go. Okay. See, that's what happens when you try to do production and try to be performing artists. All of that, together. Hold on. Let's get this. And so the internet has been a wonderful thing. So Gowrie and I use the internet, me talking, him playing, him not listening, doing multiple tasks, researching on Finnish mythical matters, me researching on blues, and sometimes we try to find a way to bring those two things together. So I asked Coward to roll with me on these pieces here. So this section I'm entitling tunneling. But Coward, you gave me a new word that denotes something. What was that word you gave me? Begins with a C. It was a word that is complicated. You'll think of it in a minute. Shout it out when you get it. We're going to do this piece here, solid like gold. Colin, I'm going to let you roll as you will on this piece. It doesn't necessarily associate it with any music that I've shared with you. Solid like gold. I cultivate the soil, not as a farmer nor gardener. I cultivate the soil as parts of my soul. When the aroma of wet earth rises to my nostrils, I inhale her, allowing pungent earth to recall red clay Georgia, the muddy Mississippi, the pebble rocks and gritty sand along the Alabama coastline. All the way from the white sands of far-off Florida into the worm-infested ground, just arm's length deep in my own backyard. I welcome the aroma of earth. I enjoy post-rainy days when often I run, plucking scattered pieces of whatever, bark abandoned, snail shells. Those clumps of moist, dark mud remind me of my origins. Swimming back, I came from a high-rise concrete jungle of broken bottles. Playgrounds mixed with grit and piss. As a frightened child finding debris, tempting one might put in one's mouth. Was it a nosebleed or blood from the cut foot, two friends misbehaving and such? Swimming back, I also come from the edge of Mississippi, where shade trees provide cover for catfish down below. Careful if you go tiptoeing along the banks of a pond. Spot them you can, nibbling after harvest. Wash the shore memories once more. I know all various types of soil. I know an orange sunset hangs long during autumn. And the aroma of earth ought to be treasured like gold. Thank you. That, This is Jester, would-be president. Cowrie and I were once discussing the fact that leaders of our world, usually when they are revealed, they are undressed. And I told Cowrie, I said, but why is the jester always cool when we look at those English versions of stories about Elizabeth and the kings? So presidents and kings are something we aspire to be, but sometimes we fall short. Jester would be president. Isn't it grand to be a deceptive man? Now, when I was a kid kicking around, they thought I would be president. I grew frustrated. I once did a poem, hey, you know the one where I couldn't basket the ball? Where I lamented that I have a nephew named Anthony who always could impress the girls. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. What happened to me in school, it seems, began late at night between the sheets. When I went to bed and I got up hiding my head, then buttoned up, white shirt, necktie. Back then I attended parochial schools. They thought I would be president. I grew to be the fool. Always unsure which way to go, trying to be both despicable and impressive at the same time. It's always in the black man. When I finally got out of school, hey, was that when I almost broke the golden rule? When I was almost the Trojan inside the calf? When I almost made everyone laugh? That was back in the day. That's what they always say, back in the day. Isn't it grand? Isn't it rich? Don't you approve me being a son of a bitch? That's what the people like. And so then I went off to college. And there I met professors. And they liked me. They, too, thought I showed promise. But I was not finished, nor was I whole, still making a mockery of everything I could be. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. I studied Shakespeare. I liked the tragedies, but I played the comics. Turning pages, I disappointed the professors. Instead of graduating, I went to prison. Always curiously clinging for the sound of that clink. The kiss of the Godfather, the O's they take. To be one of the bad boys from the dark side. Ha ha! Isn't it grand? Isn't it cool one could easily grow to be such a fool? Once out of jail, I went back to school. This time I found what was wrong. I was constantly singing a fragmented song. I am neither preacher nor saint. I could be president, if not of the United States. I could preside over my own damn fate. I took charge. Still, opening doors, I would lose my way several times more. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Don't bother. They're here. What time is it? 1:45. Look, he's the first to get out. He's eager. He's chomping at the bit, ready to get on here. One more piece. Totally new for those of you who've heard me before and heard those pieces. Now this one, Cowrie, this is where we're gonna go way deep, okay? I mentioned to you the internet, and I have to go back and tell you that Cowrie has been a lot of help for me. Back 2 years ago, he was in music school and he needed to create a couple of pieces. And he called upon me to convert a couple of my poems to songs. And so he was patient with me because I can't hold a note if you put a handle on it. You know, it's an old American saying, you know. Just can't sing. But he was patient with me. But one of the things that he taught me, and one of the things that I have become accustomed to doing, is using the medley from other musicians who I like. Leonard Cohen and other people. So this one is from the Lead Me Upstairs, Cowrie, from David Gray, another person I've been listening a lot to lately. This is called Debauchery. I can tell myself lies better than I can tell you the truth. One thing is for certain, I never abhorred hypocrisy because I was always attracted toward debauchery. Debauchery. Give you an example. Sitting on a bus, fogged up windows. I mean, I don't need to smudge. This ain't no ghetto tale. The attraction toward prostitutes comes from the filth within. So I pulled the cord. The driver looks up. He glances, and his glance says it all. He knows something's up. I get off nonetheless. I approach her, ask her, what's the price? It's your life, she answers. I can afford that. I never abhorred hypocrisy because I always was attracted toward debauchery. Pear-shaped figure girl, don't matter. It's just gonna pretend for an hour. A perplexed illusion, a threat, confusion. A black cat crosses our path as she takes my hand. Toward a motel she leads. We go. No. I steer her home. In my mind, the pretense is to pretend, thus we appeal to the darkness within. I can tell myself lies better than I can tell you the truth. One thing is for certain. I never abhorred hypocrisy because I was always attracted toward debauchery. Debauchery. She says, I must get permission from her pimp before we can go deeper still. I tell her of the times I would sit at a bar in a strip club and I would order the most expensive I couldn't afford. But I could never earn my way past the pink velvet ropes where the big boys played. They made it rain, pussy all around their faces. Sitting on a bus, windows fogged up. I mean, I don't need the smudge. This ain't no ghetto tale. The attraction toward a prostitute comes from the filth within. Sitting on the side of the bed, she gently guides the pipe toward my mouth. Pull, she says, but don't hold it in. It ruins the teeth. It's 12 years since I last saw her. Teeth falling out, secrets held within. I look in the mirror, tie the knot, dress and go to work. I can tell myself lies better than I can tell you the truth. One thing is for certain, I never abhorred hypocrisy because I was always attracted toward debauchery. Debauchery. I asked Cowrie, I said, Cowrie, how do we send them out on a high note? What was that you recommended, Cowrie? Oh, when the Saints? Was it?
We should get let term, yeah, it's being a soldier.
I'm a soldier
Yeah, what do you think?
in the army of the Lord. Take us there musically. I'm a soldier.
Let's find out the train.
You find out. The train. Okay. This is the end of our show. Cowrie, Galio, and I in the army of the Lord.
I'm a soldier.
In the army of the Lord.
Contrasts.
In contrast, soldier in the army of the Lord.
I'm a soldier.
In the army of
I'm a soldier.
in the army of the Lord.
I'm a soldier.
In the army. See, that's improvisation. Stop, Coward. We're just making a mockery of this performance. Everything's been so beautiful and so well informed. Thank you for your patience. Now we're gonna go to our open mics time. And well, Coward still, it's time for the caboose, Coward. Time for us to clear the stage. I hope
Let's
you've been.
clear up the stage.
Let's clear the stage.
Let's clear up.
We clear up the stage. Thank you. Let's give it up for Coward Kallio. I hope you've been able to tolerate my spontaneity and improvisation. And now we go to the last part of our show tonight, the open mic, and I give it up to Victor Mattsson.
Jag ska spela 3 stycken låtar här till sist här. Börjar en låt som jag spelade i Kelmo i somras, i våras. En låt som jag själv har skrivit som handlar om en tjej som jag såg på stan. Jag vet inte vad hon heter, men jag döpt henne till Isabella. Okay. Hoppas det kommer bra musik nu. Ni får se till om mikrofonen är på högt alltså. Jag såg dig gå omkring på stan när du såg på mig och sa ett hej. Hände något i mig. Jag tyckte du var så ljuv och fin med ett leende som lockar en. Ville säga dig, Isabella, tänk att det skulle hända. Att du såg på mig, ja du låg mot mig och världen den stod still. Isabella, mina känslor börjar bränna och med vinden i ditt hår igen så tiden alltid still. Och fast vi sågs för en minut var känslor med, ja allt jag ser kan inte få ett slut. Jag drömmer om dig i natt, att vi går på stan hela dagen, bara du och jag. Isabella, tänk att det skulle hända, att du såg på mig, ja du låg mot mig och världen den stod still. Isabella, mina känslor börjar bränna och med vinden i ditt hår igen så tiden alltid still. Hoppas att du kände samma sak som jag. Hoppas att det händer, jag får se dig snart igen. Isabella, tänk att det skulle hända, att du såg på mig, ja du låg mot mig och världen den stod still. Isabella, mina känslor börjar bränna och med vinden i ditt hår igen står tiden alltid still. Jag är vinden i ditt hår igen, står tiden alltid still. Isabella! Cykeln är nyckeln till friheten, och cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Cykeln är viktig här regeln, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Jag glider från Tunaborg åt annat håll, med föttren för dalen som snurrar runt. Är så glad att jag har livets skatt, och det doftar gott ifrån både skog och mark. Cykeln är nyckeln till friheten, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Cykeln är viktig här regeln, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Jag glider som en flyg mot Gnäggets bar, här har man sett sina bättre dagar. Solen lyser på Albatross, och snäckan är grön och lever idag. Cykeln är nyckeln till friheten, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Cykeln är viktig här regeln, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Oh la la, två hjul är gott att ha. Oh la la, två hjul är gott att ha. Jag snurrar som en robbery i rondellen, piken glittrar i Ekenäs stad. Svetten nakas på sadeln, och jag ska ner och doppa mitt i Hangö ikväll. Cykeln är nyckeln till friheten, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Cykeln är viktig här regeln, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Oh la la, två hjul är gott att ha. Oh la la, två hjul är gott att ha. Cykeln är nyckeln till friheten, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Cykeln är viktig här regeln, cykeln är nyckeln till allt. Oh la la, två hjul är gott att ha. Oh la la, två hjul är gott att ha. Här var det schackig här. Ja, jag kommer att avsluta med en låt som jag har blivit anklagad för att vara Raseborgs nationalsång. Känner ni till det? Kanske om ni har varit och tittat på YouTube på Vickem så. Och det som är viktigt är att varje gång som jag säger Raseborg så upprepar ni och säger 2 gånger Raseborg efter varandra. Do you understand? Hej, alla Raseborgare med! Jag vandrar Kungshems gata fram, tänker på dig lite grann, på vad du gör just idag. Här står jag i sommarsol, hoppas att du tåget tog dit till Kariståg station. Och blommar bor snabbt där du någon mer kan staden väl säkert bjuda. Kom hit till Raseborg. Kom hit till Raseborg. Kom hit till Raseborg. Ja, kom hit, här väntar jag på dig. Här finns hav med vackra öar, ängar, byar och också sjöar som finns i Västnyland. Kom nu hit, som jag sa, till Ekenäs och Gamla stan och res med uppe tätt i Tenala. Och blomma bojors nattarturna med kan staden väl säkert bjuda. Kom hit till Raseborg. Kom hit till Raseborg. Kom hit till Raseborg. Ja, kom hit, här väntar jag på dig. Snälla du, jag ber dig, kom hit just idag. Bara jag får se er gör mig jätteglad. I flera dagar så känner jag ända upp. Kom hit till Raseborg. Kom hit till Raseborg. Kom hit till Raseborg. Kom hit till Raseborg. Ja, kom hit, här väntar jag på dig.
Sebastian Baxbacka, Natalie Salagren, all the members of Astroflavor. And we started off with Jacob Lindberg. I want you to finally give yourselves a hand for coming out tonight. Thank you so much for making a wonderful event. And now, in closing, I want you to know that Eamon has been nominated for the, what do they call it, the best person